Game. Is that what you think we're doing?
Everybody going out of this.
Where's the jungle? This is a whole new thing. Nobody told us we had a...
Imagine planning a normal trip and somehow ending up hunted in the wilderness, stranded in space, trapped inside cursed worlds, or fighting monsters just to get home. Yeah, welcome to 2026, because adventure movies this year didn't come to entertain you politely. They came to throw you straight into chaos. So hit like, subscribe, and stay till the end, because the number 2 spot might just be the craziest journey of them all. Adventure movies work when they make you feel like you've stepped into another world, and 2026 understood the assignment. Some movies give you giant myths, some throw you into space, others basically ask, how long would you survive before completely panicking? For most of us, about 7 minutes. Maybe less if Wi-Fi disappears. Starting things off is Apex, and this one proves adventure doesn't always need dragons, magic swords, or giant explosions every 5 minutes. Sometimes all you need is one person, a massive wilderness, and a very bad day. The story begins with Sasha, a skilled climber heading into the Australian wilderness. At first, everything looks peaceful. Mountains, nature, fresh air, the kind of scenery people post online with captions like, "Finding myself." But very quickly, things take a turn. Sasha realizes she isn't alone, and suddenly this beautiful landscape transforms into a deadly hunting ground. Now every step matters. Every sound matters. The journey starts as an outdoor escape and slowly turns into a brutal survival story where intelligence becomes more important than strength. The destination isn't treasure or glory. It's simply making it out alive. And survival movies always hit differently because they force you to imagine yourself there. Then reality kicks in, and you remember some people get tired walking upstairs. Then we move into hoppers because apparently movie studios looked at normal ideas and decided, no thanks, let's get weird. The story starts with a scientific breakthrough allowing humans to transfer their consciousness into robotic animal bodies. Already ridiculous, already amazing. The adventure begins when one character suddenly experiences the world through an entirely different perspective. What starts as a strange experiment quickly becomes a bigger journey filled with discovery, danger, and unexpected emotional moments. And underneath all the comedy and weirdness, the movie slowly becomes about understanding others and seeing life differently, which is nice, because if movies teach us anything, it's usually after putting people through absolute chaos first. Then comes Moana, returning in live-action form and taking audiences back into a world where the ocean apparently gives people life missions with zero warning. The story starts with Moana once again hearing the call of something bigger than herself. Life on the island may feel familiar, but peace never lasts long in adventure movies. Otherwise, we'd just be watching people organize village meetings for 2 hours. Soon, she's pulled into another journey across dangerous waters and mysterious places where legends and reality collide. What begins as another call toward the unknown slowly becomes a story about courage, responsibility, and discovering how far someone is willing to go for the people they love. And Maui still carries enough confidence to walk into danger like he personally invented victory. Next up is the Mandalorian and Grogu, and this already feels like one giant reward for fans. The story starts with Din Djarin and Grogu continuing their journey across the galaxy after years of surviving enemies, missions, and enough near-death situations to qualify for emotional compensation. But peace in Star Wars lasts about as long as a phone battery at 1%. Their new adventure pulls them into larger threats and dangerous missions stretching across unfamiliar worlds. What begins as another journey between a warrior and his tiny green chaos companion slowly turns into something much bigger. And honestly, half the audience is still pretending Grogu isn't carrying the emotional weight of entire franchises on his tiny shoulders. Now we enter the top 3, where things start getting serious. At number 3 is Jumanji 3, because humanity somehow still hasn't learned the lesson. If you find a magical game with a history of ruining lives, leave it alone. Don't touch it, don't investigate it, walk away. But thankfully, movie characters never make sensible decisions. The story begins when familiar characters once again get pulled into a world where reality completely stops behaving normally. Suddenly, jungles, strange landscapes, bizarre challenges, and impossible missions become everyday problems. What starts as another accidental entry into chaos slowly becomes a larger adventure full of danger and surprises. The beauty of Jumanji has always been watching ordinary people adapt to extraordinary situations. Also, watching people panic in environments they absolutely weren't built for is somehow universally entertaining. And now we reach number 2. Project Hail Mary. This is where things become something special. The movie begins with Ryland Grace waking up alone aboard a spaceship. No crew, no answers, no idea why he's there, which is already terrifying because Most of us panic when we forget passwords. As memories slowly return, he realizes something horrifying. Earth itself is facing a catastrophic threat, and somehow humanity placed its future in the hands of a man who never expected to become its last hope. The adventure begins with confusion and isolation, but slowly transforms into a journey of science, mystery, survival, and unexpected friendship. And what makes it work is that Rylan doesn't feel like a superhero. He feels human, scared, uncertain, overwhelmed, which somehow makes the stakes hit harder. Space adventure works best when it reminds us how huge the universe is and how small we really are inside it. And finally, at number 1, we have The Odyssey, because Christopher Nolan looked at one of the greatest adventure stories ever told and apparently decided sleep schedules weren't important anymore. The story begins after the Trojan War, with Odysseus finally trying to return home. It sounds simple, just go home, easy. Except absolutely nothing about this journey is easy. His path becomes filled with monsters, gods, mysterious islands, impossible temptations, and dangers waiting around every corner. Every step pulls him farther into a world where survival alone feels like a victory. But underneath the spectacle is something much stronger. A man desperately trying to get back to the people he loves. The adventure starts with a warrior leaving war behind and ends with a journey toward identity, family, and hope. And that's why stories survive for thousands of years. Giant monsters are cool. Human emotion lasts longer. And that's the beautiful thing about adventure movies. They aren't really about treasure maps or giant battles. They're about ordinary people stepping into the unknown and coming out different on the other side. 2026 didn't just give us movies. It gave us journeys. So now I want to know, which one are you watching first? Drop your pick in the comments, subscribe for more movie content, and remember, your next adventure might just start with pressing play.